Hey, what is up, everybody? Jason here. Halloween is only a few days away, so we're gonna be building some Halloween-themed things today. Actually, I don't really have a solid plan for today, but I think we're gonna build the Ghost in the Pumpkin, and we'll try and motorize it. I actually haven't motorized it yet, which won't be too complicated, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so let's just jump right in. I also, if we have time, this was like some kind of Creator 3-in-1 gift with purchase last year, I believe. And I never actually built it. So maybe we'll build this. It's a pretty small model, so it shouldn't take too long. But we'll see how things go. Our hamburgers in the house, excellent. Everybody, let's have a fair and relaxed stream. As always, cheers, thanks for joining. And yeah, let's just jump right in. I got instructions here somewhere. No, that's that. Okay, yeah. And we will build it, even though I have already built this. I did take it apart because in all my testing, I often build things multiple times to make sure they will work fine. And I actually pre-built one of the panels just so that, in the interest of time and saving my fingers. This is actually Crystal's model design from last year, but I finally made instructions for it and posted them online, which people seem to enjoy. So who is all up in the chat here? Let me bring it up. What do we got going on today? I imagine you staring at the monitor blankly for 5 minutes waiting for the perfect time to go live. Well, yeah. I ain't got time for that. Mostly it's a mad rush to get things going. Gotta go make some tea. Gotta go make sure I look presentable. Gotta figure out what the heck I'm doing. Make sure all the software works. Which hopefully it does. Mr. Singh, good afternoon from the UK. Cheers. It is morning here, but obviously everybody is different. So for the panels on the pumpkin, we're just using a pretty standard build technique to get the curved looking shape. It's like Lowell sphere style, named after Bruce Lowell, who is a builder, has been a builder for a long time. He first pioneered or popularized this technique of offsetting plates to get a spherical shape. Have you thought about making an M&M machine gun for Halloween? With like just individually like open M&Ms? That doesn't sound very hygienic, but yeah, maybe next year. I have not thought about it, no. We'll add that to the idea list for next year. Instinct art, isn't that gray supposed to be white? Yep. Clearly, I'm just making up my own stuff, even though I made these instructions. Obviously, those gray pieces, it's not important what color they are, or those white pieces. And clearly I already missed some pieces here. All right. So this is basically one of the panels for the pumpkin. You get this nice spherical shape with plates. And I have two of those. These are the two sides of the pumpkin. That would be awesome. Yeah, machine gun. M&Ms, that would require some thinking about how that might work, but yeah. Brick Film Studio, you are my favorite YouTuber. You inspired me. Oh, cheers. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Okay, we got the top. The top is built very similarly, except there's a frog on the end. Oh, and look, I have white pieces this time. It is not exactly the same though, because, interesting. Is this the top? Yes, should be the top. Oh, there we go. Thought I was missing some pieces for a second there. Making a carrot, not tired of winning. Not tired of winning, making a carrot. We are making a pumpkin. The great pumpkin in the pumpkin patch. With a ghost that rises out of it. And we'll try and stick a motor on it at the end. Ooh, Mr. Singh, big fan of Tony Flo. Yes. Yes, very talented automaton builder. I'm definitely very familiar with his work. Actually, I keep meaning to. I keep thinking about. I think it'd be cool to build one of his models on stream one day. It just hasn't worked out yet. But sometime this winter, I will pick one of his models that he has instructions for, and we will build it. I don't build other people's mocks very often. In fact, I think it's only happened maybe once or twice. So I think it'd be really interesting to see how other people build stuff, especially things of a mechanical nature. I'm sure I could learn something from some of the other people doing similar things. Do you have instructions for the mimic chest you built a few years back? Will brochures? No, I do not. Never made instructions for that. It's a bit finicky. It actually works pretty well, but I'd say it requires a little bit of finesse to get everything aligned properly. Maybe I'll revisit it at some point and make it a little more robust. But as of yet, that has not happened. The design is available, yes. The design for these instructions are freely available over on my website or Rebrickable. You can find them. It's called Ghost in the Pumpkin. Glimmer fan, those mini packs of M&Ms could be fed through a machine and launched pre-flattened out. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Those are pretty readily available during Halloween. At least in Canada here. So that could be an option. I don't know how. I imagine the machine gun M&M shooter, they did not envision machine gunning the flat packs of M&Ms, but that's fine. Oh, I'm hoping my pumpkin parts will arrive in time from Europe. Ah, yeah, cheers. I hope so too. It'd be great if you could build it before Halloween. I make great ghostly noises in my shorts. Our Hamburg, will you start selling shirts when you reach 2 million subs? Yeah, maybe. As with many things on my to-do list, that is one of the things that just never seems to happen. We'll get there. Maybe this winter I'll make a concerted effort to make my shirts easily available. And maybe it'd be nice to have some other designs available as well. Okay, we're doing the back panel, the pumpkin. Now this one has the mechanics in it. So basically there's a crank on the back of the pumpkin that allows us to make the ghost come in and out of the top of the pumpkin. There are a lot of these jumper plates in this set. 1x2 jumper plates. I think there's over 100. Over a quarter of the parts in this set are just these 1x2 jumper plates. Oh, also a black cup along with the shirts. Our Hamburg. Yeah, I should actually order a cup myself with my logo on it. It would be handy to have for drinking tea. Resis Daniel Tudor. Hello, Jason. Great lives. Oh, cheers. Thanks. They are so entertaining. Well, that's nice of you to say. I watched each one of them live except the first two. Wow. Do you think you're going to change the live stream schedule to 2 weeks? I mean, I would love to do them every week, to be honest. I just got to get my schedule in order, or find enough things to do to build. But we'll see. I'm hoping to do them at least every 2 weeks. That is not even the right piece. Every week would be amazing, but we shall see. So here I have a hole through the back panel. This will allow me to stick an axle through it, which will be critical in making this move. What age are you? Why does everybody care what age? I'm going to put a de-aging filter on at some point. Or maybe I have a aging filter on right now and really I'm like 25. Jason's Lego, your full-time occupation now. Do you still have a full-time job as well, Mr. Singh? I do not have a job or another job. This is pretty much what I do for work. I'm semi-retired though, so thankfully I don't rely on this as a career because it's not a very lucrative career, sadly. Okay, we'll get some stuff in the back. Oh yes, like our Hamburg sister's husband. Yes, I am. I do have a lot of stuff on the to-do list, and it seems to to-do list always seems to get bigger, not smaller, even as I tick things off of it. Sadly, it usually takes me a long time to get stuff done. I'm actually not a very speedy builder or designer. And making instructions, actually, I find super time consuming. Okay, here we go. We got some gears. And we have these funky cam pieces. And actually, the reason I'm using these cam pieces is because, oddly, they're like the only piece that have these technicals so close together, these axle holes so close together. So you can actually get something to rotate with like 1.5 stud radius. If I mount these with the axle through the center of those 3 holes, it's 1.5 studs from there to the center hole of that pin. Which is actually pretty difficult to do. Actually, this is the only piece that I know of that has that capability. When you Google and be able to calculate, you can find out yourself how old he is. That's true. Where'd you get that mug? I believe Lego actually has them online now, like a few different styles even of different ceramic Lego mug head mugs. Okay, stick a crank on the back. So as we rotate this crank on the back, this cam rotates on the inside. And I do have it offset from the center. That's because this will be mounted on the back and the Ghost will sit on top of it, but I want the cam to be a bit lower down in the model so that there's room for the Ghost to fit in. It's pretty basic, but that is all that we need for now. Oh, actually, I forgot to put this piece on. Should do that. So we continue the nice rounded shape in the back. I call this piece eggs. Yes, they are very egg-shaped pieces. They're like offset oval pieces. Now we will do the face. Okay, I guess I'll go back to... Oh, S4SA. Lego needs to hire a designer who's awesome with Lego Connect builds, just like you. Start a Connect theme. I mean, they do incorporate a lot of movement into many of their models. And they're usually quite good. But yeah, they really don't have any dedicated, like, kinetic sculptures, which would be quite interesting. Oh, link for the mug. Yeah. What live stream software do you use? Thanks for answering my question, Rezis. I use OBS. It's definitely sufficient for my needs. Is that the Great Pumpkin? It could be. I don't think the Great Pumpkin has a ghost rising out of it, but it is a jack-o'-lantern. Voyage. Wow, man, almost 2 million subscribers. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Although it doesn't really mean much anymore these days. A lot of people just subscribe and never watch anything, so... which is fine. Just doesn't really mean as much as it used to. Again, with my color swapping, clearly I made these white in the instructions just for contrast, but these white pieces do not need to be white. Okay. Yeah, and I'm using tiles here, or a lot of pieces with studs and tiles, so I get some flat spots because I'm doing a lot of basically offsetting of studs. So we need to make sure there's flat bits for the overlapping pieces to... if there were studs there, it would interfere with some of the pieces that are coming on later, so we need some smooth bits. Mr. Singh, rest assured I spread the word about JK Brickworks in the UK. Oh, cheers. Much appreciated. Okay, and we get the bottom of the mouth. Actually, it almost looks like two eyes right now, the way I have it. But those will all be covered up when we put the actual eyes on. Calidor, maybe you can earn more with placements. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about trying to make a ton of money. When I started posting videos and such, it's funny looking back, it's been over 10 years. You know, back then, the thought of actually making any kind of money off YouTube was very strange and foreign. And clearly, that's not why I started posting videos, nor is it why I continue to post videos. Mostly I just want to kind of share how my models work with people. That is definitely the number one goal. And I try not to get too distracted by the numbers, you know, which is so easy. It's so easy to fall into the trap these days in social media. Becoming a slave to the numbers. Anyway, here's this cool little jack-o'-lantern face. Suitably spooky for Halloween. What's your cool project idea this week? Well, for the last week, a couple weeks, actually a few weeks, aside from some of the Halloween builds, which you've probably seen if you've been following my social media, I've been working on instructions for the ski hill, finally. Finally gonna make instructions for it. So here is almost the finished model with my little minifig ski hill. But there's a little sneak peek. Actually, I have 3 versions of this on the build table, because I've been going through and, you know, trying to refine it to make it easy to build and more reliable. Oh, Philip Boudouin took the day off to sort my Lego with my dad. Cheers. Oh, amazing. It's a great thing to do with a day off. Brick Film Studio, do you love Halloween because you build a lot of Lego Halloween machines? I don't think I particularly love Halloween. I think Halloween's pretty cool. And mostly I build machines as an excuse to play with robots and to entertain the children that come to our door. Well, these orange pieces do not need to be orange. In fact, I'm making them red for some reason. Could you find a way to flip every other black piece 180 to make the mouse more jagged? Oh, you totally could. But, oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Let's try that right now, actually. Are you allowed to upload instructions after you released it on the Lego Ideas program? Yes. You actually are allowed to post instructions even while it's on Lego Ideas. They don't dissuade you from doing that. I think, let's see. Oh, I need 1x1s or 1x2s, more 1x2s in orange. Oh, I think I need a couple more 1x1s as well. Selling instructions is a little bit, I don't think it's allowed. But really, my ski hill, it's not the same model I submitted to Lego Ideas. So, you know. technically it's not the same model. I mean, Lego does that all the time themselves. They often release their own versions of models that have been on Lego Ideas, and they seem to have no problem with that. Okay. Now we have a little vampire pumpkin. Oh, your sky mock and the horse is my favorite. Okay. I mean, I don't know how. Looks a bit odd, but whatever, we'll go with it. Yay for scale instructions, yes. Samuel Fernandez, love your content and the enthusiasm, creativity in the Lego community. Yes. Lego community is pretty awesome. For sure. And there's just so much, I mean, there's so much creativity in the Lego community. It's actually a bit daunting sometimes to see all the cool stuff other people build. There are definitely a lot of talented builders out there. But personally, I just enjoy building, you know, whatever, and everybody should just build what you want to build. I know I feel like some people get intimidated by all the talented builders and the amazing builds they see online, but really, as long as you're having fun, you should definitely just embrace building for yourself. Pumpkin looks happy upside down now. That's true. I'll put them right side up so people can see. Are you the original creator of the classic Lego Indiana Jones brick film from around 2005? Whammy, yes. My friend Dean and I made that film. Oh my gosh, so many years ago. Actually, I think we built it. Oh my gosh. I think we made that 2002 maybe or something. I re-uploaded it on my secondary channel at some point a couple years ago on JK Extras. Man, that was a ton of fun building again. Jeez. Filming that. Although a lot of work. I have mad respect for all of the people that do stop motion animation because it is a ton of work. Oh, Pinwheel's in the house. Nice to catch you live again. Cheers. Good to see you in the chat. What are you building these days? Crazy GBCs, no doubt. It would be nice to think that builders inspire other builders and not intimidate them. Yes, Mr. Singh. I mean, I certainly get inspired by other builders. That is for sure. Okay, we got the ghost. There's definitely a lot of funky, there's a lot of funky snot building going on here. It's a bit awkward to put together, actually. I guess I could have done this a little bit differently in the instructions, but this current build is the ghost peeking from inside the pumpkin. Yes, it is. Ardent Bricks, hello, cool to catch you live. Been a fan for a long time. Your builds inspired me to try my first one with gears. Ooh, awesome. Zombie coming out of the grave. Excellent. Very spooky. Can you please green me? Sure. Pinwheel, I'm working on instructions. Oh, for a new module. It's just a small technical module using the newest worm gear introduced in January this year in the police set. Yeah. I haven't actually got any of those worm gears yet. They're on my wanted list. I'd love to get some just to play around with them. They seem very intriguing. Oh, our Hamburg finished the buildings for my Western City a bit. Over 25,000 pieces. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Now I'm looking for a place to build up a huge table to build a Western City with ground plates and stuff. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, the problem with building large models like that is that you do need to find a place to put them. That's one of the reasons I mostly build small models. They're definitely a lot easier to store. They're a lot easier to move around, a lot easier to bring to shows, etc., etc. A lot of advantages. Pinwheel, plenty of other builds in the pipeline, but having trouble finding time for them. Oh, yes. That is always the challenge, isn't it? Finding the time. Coco, could you please greet me? Oh, hello. When did YouTube start putting ads in the middle of live streams? Nothing like being interrupted with an ad. Oh, yeah. That's a shame. There's probably some settings somewhere for that I could control. Well, our Hamburg now, I store them all on the shelf. They're on the online, Pinwheel, they're on the online Pick-a-Brick site now. So they're easier to acquire than they were at the start. I was hoping to have something built with them for Chicago, but it wasn't ready in time. Oh, yes. Yeah, I haven't made an order from Pick-a-Brick online in a while. My wanted list just keeps getting bigger. I should really just pull the trigger and make an order. Okay, our pumpkin is coming together. It's got some nice rounded sides, which looks suitably spooky. Spooky. Oh no. Did I'm missing a tile for some reason. Oh well, there's plenty more where that came from. Oh, clearly I don't know where those pieces go. Okay, now this pumpkin, I'm missing a tile. I better get that tile. It's not critical to the function of the model, but everybody wants it to be complete. So the ghost wears the top of the pumpkin like a hat. Here's our ghost with our pumpkin hat. Ooh. And it will come in and out of the model. Okay. Now what are we doing? Now we're doing the base, I believe. Oh, Moto's in the house. Oh my gosh, everybody's showing up today. Half of building stuff is logistics, as well as if you display them at a show. Yes. Yes. As soon as you start bringing models to shows, you all of a sudden become keenly aware about all the, engineering kind of techniques that are required to make things easily transportable, modular. You know, the first time you have a model that just collapses and falls apart at a show, then you're like, ooh, maybe there's a better way to do this. Then you spend half your time designing just trying to make sure it's mobile, easily mobile. Oh, random Italian guy. Another strange question. How tall are you? 180, 185 centimeters, I think. I remember watching that brick film back in 2007, 2008. It helped inspire me to get into animation. Oh, cheers. That's awesome. Oh, I'm a bit behind on the chat. I see. Are you going to any U.S. conventions next year? Not sure. Any biome news? No biome news. Sorry. How much would this set cost? I mean, it depends. There's actually like 400 pieces in it. It's actually quite a large part count. So I don't know. If Lego were to produce it, probably like $40. Because there's nothing crazy in it. Probably less. If you're trying to build it yourself from Bricklink, it really depends on whether you buy new parts or used parts. Coco, how are you? Oh, probably talking to Pinwheel. Transporting shows is its own problem, yes. Pinwheel. Hello, I wondered how you store all your bricks. Are you organized with bricks and stuff overall? Yes, I am. There is a whole video about that on my channel, buried deep in the past. Brick Film Studio, the first video I saw of you was Jason versus the Ultimate Machine. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Yes, cheers, thanks. A cinematic masterpiece. That's what that is. That's what that is. Okay, I better use the gray one of this. Okay, we are building the base now. One more panel of the pumpkin, which is the bottom. Tempestas. The same. I've not ordered from Pick-a-Brick for a while. The shipping is rather expensive. Oh, interesting. A resident to the UK. Oh, interesting. I mean, it's pretty cheap in North America anyway. Which is nice. Okay. Better make sure I do this right. One by one plate. No, 1x2 plate. Why are the 1x2 plates so hard to find? There they are. By the way, kudos. Oh, to Moto. Oh yeah, he builds in Chicago. We're one of the very few that caught my wife's eye. Oh yes, I should really make it to Chicago again at some point. Okay, jumper plates. Hola, Jason. How's it going? Jason, there was a guy who had some of your builds in Brickworld Chicago. For a sec, I was excited and thought you were around. Yeah. Sadly, no. Yeah, they contacted me beforehand to make sure it was chill, which is nice. But yeah, I would have loved to see that display as well. I mean, there's nothing better than going to a convention and having other people display your models for you. It saves you the trouble of having to lug them there yourself. Do I know how many bricks I have? Lots. S4 SA, I set my alarm for 6:45 to join this live stream. We get live ghostly noises. Well worth the sacrifice. Sacrificing some sleep. Cheers. Jason Studios tour. Oh, thanks R Hamburg for posting the link to that. Can I pin that somehow? I bet I can. I can pin it. If anybody wants to see a boring tour of my build room. This was the build room at our old place though, so but essentially the same logic and principles apply to how I sort my parts. Nothing much has changed in that regard. I just have more space to store all the parts in this place than in the old place, which is nice, although I'm slowly running out of space here too, which appears to be inevitable. No matter how much space you have, you find a way to fill it full of crap. Please go to Chicago. Oh, Ezra goes to Chicago as well. Yeah, that's awesome. It's been a while since I have been there. I think it's been like 4 years maybe. Can't remember exactly when the last time I went was. Or Hamburg, let me know when you were in Denmark or something near. Yes. It'd be nice to go to Scarebeck again as well. Just too many fun things and events to get to. Okay. Now we're building up the interior of the pumpkin. So I have all the side panels pretty much done. This is the bottom side panel, but we need to hold them all together. So we need to build some interior framing to make that work, which is what we are doing now. A lot of studs facing in every direction so the panels can all fit together. CJ, greetings again. Thanks for joining again from Germany. There's only a fee if you order a small amount of bricks. If you order enough, the fees go away. Yeah, shipping should be free if you also meet the minimum threshold. Yeah, you just got to order enough stuff for the free shipping to kick in. What's your name? Jason, obviously. Can you pin me, please? No, I've run out of space. Oh, pinwheel, yes. That's sad, but I can't help but keep buying parts. I need help. Yeah, I know that feeling. I keep telling myself, don't need any more sets. Don't buy any more sets. And then new sets come out, and I'm like, I still have like hundreds of sets I haven't even built yet, but still buy more sets. It's an addiction. It's a problem, for sure. I think I'm just gonna have to sell some of my old sets. I just don't have enough space for it. Okay, we got the interior framing done. This is actually all we need for the interior framing. It's very basic. Then we'll start putting side panels on. So the side panels just go on like so. So you can see where to get some rounded shape. Then we will put the back panel on. We'll make sure the cam is in on the bottom. So there we go. We get that little cam in there on the bottom, rotating around. And actually I'll put the ghost in here already, just to give you an idea of how that's going to work. The ghost will basically just sit in there. So when the cam's at the bottom position, the ghost should be, fully contained in the pumpkin. Oh no. Like so. And then when you rotate the crank at the back, it'll push the pumpkin out a bit. Obviously the pumpkin's going to go all willy-nilly because the sides aren't on. But essentially the pumpkin will come up a little bit, and then when the crank goes back down to the bottom, it'll go back down. Have you ever been to Legoland? Yes, I've been to Legoland a couple times actually. Well, actually no, the last time I was in Billund, Legoland was closed, so I've only been there once, I guess. Selling takes a lot more time than buying. Pinwheel, yes, absolutely. Cartola, hey, Watching straight from Brazil. Cheers. Say hi to the Brazilian people who watch. Hello, Brazil. I've been seeing a few of you. Been watching the Pan Am Games a little bit, and there's definitely some Brazilians that I've seen competing, which is cool. Our Hamburg, isn't that Crystal's model? Yes, Crystal designed. Crystal did the preliminary design on this model. She is the principal designer, let's say. Okay, putting more sides on. In terms of JK Brickworks, I often just talk about we, or even when I say I or me, I usually just mean both of us, because most of the models are collaborative efforts. CJ really likes the frog on top. Yeah, people are definitely entertained by the frog. People love frogs used in interesting ways. Okay, we'll put the face on. Interesting. Oh yeah, there we go. Ooh. Well, I guess the pumpkin doesn't make ooh noises, but... So, we'll stick the ghost in. How is my... Interesting. We'll make sure there's enough clearance for everything. Interesting. Why is there not enough clearance for everything? We need to do some more inspection to see what's going on. Any new GBC models in the making? No, I do have a prototype actually of a gripping mechanism that I would like to turn into a GBC. Actually, I designed it probably like a year ago. But, as always, time. There's that whole time thing. That, oh my gosh, now I'm just getting a little too rammy. Everything's falling apart. Random question. What model that you designed has caused you the most frustration to get the mechanism working? Usually, if it involves that much frustration, I usually just abandon the model. Okay, here we go. Yes, now you are in there. All the way down. Excellent. Oh, it's because I didn't put the side panels on. Oh my god. Like a friggin' newbie here. What did I definitely missed a step. Oh yeah, I was supposed to put the guides. That's why I have all these bricks floating around. It's like I've never built a Lego model before. What set is this? The number. This is my own design. Well, Crystal's design. JK Brickworks set number 22 something. 2219. What do you think about a JK Brickworks Lego building contest? Ooh. I'm not sure how many people would participate, but it sounds intriguing. I guess I could have a prize. Coolest model that I think is cool. Oh yeah, so what model design caused you the most frustration to get the mechanism working? Man, there's been so many over the years that for some reason I forgot to put these two pieces somewhere. Okay. There we go. We got the guides in. For some reason, it's still not going down all the way for some reason. Interesting. Oh yeah, it's just getting caught up on Let's go pull the sides apart just a little bit. Oh, there we go. So we got to make sure we have enough clearance. Okay, so here we have a faceless pumpkin with the ghost that goes up and down. So this is how it works in a nutshell. Ezra Cornfield, I participate. Will Crystal ever live stream for the audience? She might show up again at some point. I don't think she'll ever join like a full live stream. Mostly because she's working during the day. But if I ever do one, you know, at a different time, maybe she would show up. Okay, here we go. Finally, we have a pumpkin with the ghost that goes up and down. Okay, we're gonna motorize. But first, we gotta build the stand, and then we'll stick a motor on it and see how that goes. Michelle Dela Cruz. Oh, cheers. Welcome back. Did I miss much? Well, I just built a pumpkin with a ghost in it. Oh my god. Don't spam the chat, please. That's definitely not cool. That's how you get put in timeout. Okay. Stand. Okay. So we need a way to hold this pumpkin in place. So we are going to build nothing fancy, just some basic greenery. I thought about building a more elaborate stand for this, but then I decided that it wasn't really necessary. The star of the show is definitely the pumpkin, so we just need a some basic pumpkin patch greenery. And basically I have these 4 plates with bars mounted in the center. And then this 4x4 round with clips. So we can just turn this upside down and those clips will attach onto those bars. So we get a nice low profile reversed studs in the span of like 3 plates. That way we can just stick the pumpkin right on the top. And then we just stuck a couple pumpkins in the corners. The little jack-o'-lanterns children. S4 SA. So satisfying to see the pumpkin popping out. Yeah. Cheers. It's a pretty nice little model. I agree. It'll be cool to stick a motor on it. We'll see if we can do that right now. Okay, so now the whole pumpkin can just sit in the middle like so. And then we'll get the little ghost. Ooh. Pumpkin is perfectly round. Well, you know, it is a bit jagged, but I guess real pumpkins are a bit jagged too, so. Okay, and for some reason I do have 2 extra pieces. I have no idea where those came from. Okay, now on to motorization. Let's see if we can stick a motor on this. So I'll just go to power power functions as I usually do. Actually, I'm just gonna take it apart. I think I'll stick a longer axle on the back. I think I won't direct drive it because it actually does require a bit of force to lift the pumpkin up. So I think it would go best if we put some gearing on it. I'm just going to do a 3-to-1 gear reduction, which is pretty standard. So I'm just going to put a longer axle in, and then we'll stick a 24 tooth gear. And then we'll mount the motor underneath. And I guess we'll just stick the motor on underneath that. What do we need? We need a... Actually, we'll use a lift arm as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, so I've just mounted an 8-tooth gear on the end of this motor. We have a 3-long lift arm, which will go on the end of that lift arm. Will go on the axle sticking out of the 24-tooth gear. So that way it keeps it all together. I am going to mount this motor on the ground as well, obviously. How many? It's probably like 2 bricks high. We'll see if we can tie it into the base somehow. Maybe get some more green plates. So if we extend the base out a little bit with some plates, and then we'll just get a brick. I think probably need one more plate as well. Yeah. Now build one at 5 times scale for your front porch. Oh my God. That would be insane. Okay. I'm not sure if the spacing's not quite right, but you know. Oh, it's still gonna be super fast, even with the gear down. Gear reduction. We'll lower the speed. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, we might have to. I'm gonna put a longer axle on. There's a little bit of interference because the gear is too close to the plates. Those two pieces come from the pumpkin mouth that you changed a while ago. Oh, right. Oh, this is why I have people in the chat to keep me on my toes. CJ, could you place the motor on the side and put the battery box as a support below the motor? Yeah, although the battery box is pretty big. I mean, you could definitely build up the base to be a little more robust. Oh, Brickfilm Studio has been here since the start. Yes, you and many others. Okay, I'm just going to get a longer axle. Longer axle for this. That'll give us a lot more space to... That way we won't have as much interference. definitely. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so here we go. Obviously, if I was doing this for real, I would probably refine the, configuration a little bit. And I would probably gear it down even more. I'm running the battery box at the lowest speed setting right now. Okay, so will this actually have enough power to... Oh yeah, not bad. Oh yeah, super nice. Works pretty well, actually. Maybe worm gear it? Moto, yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, worm gear is definitely much better at gearing it down. But I actually really enjoy just running the motor as slow as it goes, just because it's not as noisy, for one thing. So there are some advantages to that, as long as it has enough torque, which in this case it does. Which is cool. It's cool, it works. Awesome. Spooky. How did you slow it so much? Do all Lego motors have the option to slow them down? Sadly, no, Ardent Bricks. Sadly, no. This is the rechargeable power functions battery box, which does have speed control on it. So we can crank it up. We'll see if it falls apart. There's full speed. Now I just need LED to LED it up, yeah. I mean, I guess you could achieve the same result. I guess if you're using powered up motor, then you do have speed control. But you need some way of, electronic device to control the speed. And if you're just using the standalone battery box, it does not have speed control in it. And if you're using the power functions with the IR remote, you can do speed control as well. Sadly, Lego's offerings are pretty lacking in terms of controlling motor speeds easily, which is a real shame. Okay, I think that's it for the pumpkin. I think I'm going to build this Crater 3-in-1 set, just because if I don't do it now, I don't think I'll ever build it. And it's been sitting around for a year, so we should definitely do that. As always, I need a way to open this, and I don't have anything. Brick separator. Good enough? Ugh, not quite. Fortunately, I just chuck boxes away, so it doesn't really matter if I destroy this. Oh god, it's still surprisingly difficult. Is this motor easy to find on Bricklink? I think they're easy to find, but I bet they're pretty expensive. Oh, and the rechargeable battery box will definitely be very expensive. I would actually just recommend using like circuit cubes or something. They're definitely much cheaper. Although again, if you want speed control, you do need to use your phone, but it's like so much cheaper than what Lego has to offer. What's the most expensive set you've bought? Probably the original UCS Millennium Falcon. My rock climbing hand should rip it in 1,000 pieces without problem. Yeah. Sadly, I'm a weak rock climber. So, you know. Okay, let's assume we'll build the witch, since although the dragon does look pretty cute. Witch, cat, or dragon? We'll have a little vote. You gotta vote quickly though. Okay, we're gonna start a poll. Okay, I'm actually just gonna start a poll. So I know people are saying what they want in the chat, but I'm gonna try this feature out. What do we got in the chat though? A lot of dragon, cat, dragon, dragon, dragon. Of course, dragon, dragon, dragon. Internet loves cats. Witch, dragon, cat, cat. I built the witch. It's a great build. I love cats, but dragon looks cool. We'll vote in the poll while I get things set up. I'll just use the digital instructions. Since I have it all ready to go, I actually downloaded all the PDFs in case I was going to build this. No numbered bags. So we'll just open everything up. It's a pretty small set, so... Ooh, 8x8 black radar dish. That's cool. A lot of purple. It's also fun. I'm just gonna sort these pieces out a little bit before I get going. I assume the other builds won't use. Let's put all these round plates together, the big ones. Large plates. Ooh, these pentagonal pieces in purple. That's a cool piece. I don't know if I'd ever use them in purple. Ooh, spider. I gotta say, purple is not one of my go-to colors for building. Dragon. Yeah, how do I even see the results of my poll? I don't even know. Is witch ahead? Oh, dragon's close. Which camera do you use for your main videos, and which mic? Let's see. This camera is just it's a Logitech Brio. It's like a it's like a webcam. This camera is my digital SLR. It's Canon 80D. Right now it's got a wide angle lens on it. Some Sigma wide angle zoom lens. This camera is my GoPro Hero 9, I think. I think it's 9 black. And then for mic, I am using this Blue Yeti mic, which is now in the shot. Oh my god, there we go. Most of these cameras are pretty decent. I mean, this one's not too bad, but I mean, it's not a great camera. Sadly, my digital SLR is old enough. It doesn't have a clean output for HDMI, which is super annoying. I have to turn the autofocus off. But anyway, that's a whole thing. Oh my gosh, the witch is just ahead. Oh, quite a bit ahead, I guess. 47 votes. Okay, we'll build the witch. If I have enough time, or if I don't starve to death, then ending the poll, we can build the dragon as well. Okay, witch it is. Where's my witch instructions? It is a pretty small model, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. We've got some witch instructions. Let's go. Oh my god, so many steps. It's like they don't trust people to put more than one piece in every step. Always wondering why your Lego's so creaky. Is it because it's so old? I really love it. Yeah, that's an extremely good question, and I don't really know the answer to that. I think it might just be because it's, I don't know, it's like humid down here. And I definitely notice, obviously, because like this is a brand new set, there's no creaking. There's no creaking on any of these pieces. So it's definitely not a thing with new pieces. I would guess it's because, I mean, some parts are definitely creakier than others. Like, for example, all my brown pieces from the brittle brown era of Lego parts are particularly creaky. But yeah, it might just be the humidity that I store these in. I can't tell you for sure. Okay, and we're gonna mount this 45 degrees. Interesting. It's a cool technique. Oh yeah, it fits perfectly actually. I bet even without the turntable base, those studs line up pretty well. Yeah, it's cool. Got a nice little 45-degree angle. And it's like super solid in there, which is really cool. Oh, and interesting that they used this plate instead of just a solid 2x2 plate. We'll see if they actually used that. It could just be to maximize the lot count because we don't need it. Doesn't really matter what that piece is. In fact, you could probably just not have a piece in there at all. It's always cool to see what kind of little things are going on in official Lego sets. Okay, yeah, I think that's that. I wish to be smart to build whatever I want to Lego bricks. Ashraf. Yeah, I mean, it's just practice, my friend. Like most things in life, mostly just practice. The more you do, the more comfortable you are doing it. Okay, we got some very elaborate base. That's nice. With some 45-degree angles in there. For her fancy witch's dress. Or I bet you could make a fancy, almost looks like a cake. Multi-tiered cake. bet you can use the same technique to build a fancy cake. Maybe he just has a good microphone. Oh, for the creaking? Yeah. I mean, the microphone definitely picks up the creaking noise a lot better, but the pieces definitely just creak. The Prairie set is creaky. That's one of my favorites, yeah. Prairie set has a lot of brown in it. It is super creaky. I mean, this set has been in this room for like a year. Obviously, it's been sealed. But clearly none of these parts creak. Oh, but these brown sets creak? Or brown pieces creak? No creaking. But it'd be interesting to see if I just pull a random... Actually, these probably won't creak either. No. Clearly these plates might be too new to creak too. It's a mystery. Someday I might do an analysis on the creaking for interest's sake. I think it might be pretty interesting to get to the bottom of it. Try a whole bunch of different pieces and see. I think it also has to do with pieces overlapping each other as well. Contributes to the creakiness. Great stream. Have a great day and play well. Oh, cheers, Moto. Thanks for popping in for a bit. It was great to have you. Yeah, all the interesting bits are over now. Oh, just building a standard Lego set. What happens if you do a mistake and it's impossible to take apart? What? That's never happens. It's Lego. Everything comes apart. Has never been an issue. Live creaky brick science, yeah. Okay, 4 of these things, interesting. That's cool. Little frills on the base of the dress is essentially what these are, I assume. It's a cool little decorative element using basic pieces. That's what a brick separator's for. Yeah, it's never really an issue if you... I mean, it happens all the time. Whenever I build something, I'm constantly putting together and taking apart, rebuilding. It happens all the time. Okay, I assume I'm building 4 of these, yeah. Nothing worse. There's nothing worse than missing the 4 times at the beginning. Oh yeah, I mean, Cube Solver 15, there is one thing. There are some things that are impossible to take apart, but I mean, just don't build those things. Doesn't happen that often. Have you ever used glue on Legos? I have used glue, yeah. Not very often. I built a logo for a friend of mine years ago that I glued together. I think if you're building a model that needs to stay together permanently and it'll be travel around a lot, I think it's definitely useful to glue them. I mean, that's what Lego does. Small brown bricks are the first that will break when they get old. Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a few years where the brown bricks were particularly fragile. Gibbs Studios, how are you this morning? I am doing great. Fantastic. How are you? Where is your broken piece trunk, Jason? Oh, it's right here. A lot of brown bricks in this. Brown plates. So many broken brown plates. I'd say 80% of the pieces in here are brown. Brittle brown. UV light from sun will also damage bricks. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of they don't last forever. I mean, most Lego bricks will last a very long time, but still. Occasional ones will and do break. Okay, here we go. We have a cone. That's pretty nice witch's dress. Okay, what's next? Fortunately, they have solved the brittle brown issue quite a while ago, actually, now. So all these brown pieces should be fine. And any new brown pieces you purchase. Oh, I see. These are feet. They just go stick right on the bottom. That's cool. Some hidden feet under the dress. Never considered using broken pieces as a feature in a mock. I mean, not really. Most of the models I create, I try and... You know, a lot of the models I create, I build instructions for, so I would never want people to intentionally break their pieces to achieve a certain look or effect. But I think it's a pretty cool idea, and I've definitely seen people use it to great effect for creating, like, you know, rundown buildings with, like, naturally aged or weathered Lego pieces. I think it's a very intriguing idea. But I have so many other things to do with my time that it'd be cool to experiment with for sure. I just don't know if I'll ever get around to it. That guy, hello there. The Lego Dune Ornithopter looks amazing. Yes, it does look quite good. Although it's pretty, I don't know. Again, it's just like a big gray thing. Technique-wise, it looks pretty interesting. I will be very intrigued to go through the instructions when it's released to see what it, you know, how it's built. I bet there's some cool building techniques in there. But color-wise, I'm kind of just, you know, not very interested in big gray machines anymore. I've definitely got my fill of those from Star Wars sets. I wish you build a calendar for the new year 2024 using Technic bricks. Okay. Interesting idea, yeah. Watching with my kids before we head out to school. Oh, Denis Ryan. Cheers. Thanks for popping in for a bit. We're just building a witch at the moment. Pretty standard. Just a regular old Lego set. Dread opening the UCS Slave 1 and Sandcrawler that are both doomed from Brown Breakage. Bimmer fan. Yes, I have the Sandcrawler just under the table, like 6 feet away from me, which I have not opened yet. And I kind of dread, I mean, I don't think I'll ever build it, to be honest. Just don't have time. Again, with the 2x2 half tile, it's clearly not really necessary. Could have just used a 2x2 plate, but interesting that they decided to use that. I wonder if one of the other models actually uses that as part of its build, or requires it to be half a tile, and that's why they use it in that way. That's why they use that piece instead of a regular 2x2 plate. No. Oh no. Oh, there it is. I thought I may have used the wrong colored quarter round tile somewhere, but we're all good. We're all good. They're amused to hear my name. English pronunciation. Yes, I assume it's French. I mean, Denis, yeah. I assume that's how he pronounced it. You inspired me. I'm going to make something out of my Technic bin. Cheers. That's awesome. Just anything. It doesn't even have to be fancy. Do you think it will be possible to motorize the new 3-in-1 Halloween roller coaster? What is that set number? Have I seen this set? Maybe I missed it. Let me do a quick check here. There's so many Lego roller coasters out nowadays. Oh, sorry, it's space. Yeah, I thought it was space. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to like stick a flywheel on the side that pushes the roller coaster maybe as it comes around. Well, I guess you need a chain to lift it up the hill. Oh, and there's like 2 hills. Interesting. Yeah, it'll be a challenge for sure. Hello from Italia. Cheers. Didn't he, like, it's found the emoji thing and sending hearts. Awesome. I appreciate the love. Maybe an idea for upcoming stream. Yeah, I guess you would need 2 lifts. Unless you reconfigured the roller coaster a little bit to just have 1 lift. But yeah, could be something. I mean, the set looks kind of cool. I do like space. Yeah, Pinwheel says I think the set needs chains for both hills. Yeah. I mean, you could try and maybe for the small hill, I mean, maybe you could just have some flywheels on the side spinning fast enough to just give it enough momentum to go up the hill, but it would be tough. Yeah, I mean, who knows how well it would work. Oh, our hamburger would buy it as long as he can motorize it. Yeah. I mean, I'll take a closer look at it. I really like the roller coaster system, actually. It's just missing like a little bit something. I don't know. Well, for one, I could use some wider radius curves. That would be one thing I would add. Because I think that would be super cool. And then, yeah, maybe like just a little bit easier way to motorize the cart. But anyway, can't always get what you want. I think there's a song about that, maybe. Okay, we got some decorative buttons. Pearl gold, fake gold, Everybody's favorite fake gold. Ooh, and then, oh, I see. And then we just, oh yeah, and we have a friction pin so that we can like pose the body appropriately, however we like. Ooh, and then we get fancy Wolverine claws for more dress details. That's cool. Where's my other one of those? Brick Film Studio, what is the next thing you're going to build? I think the next stream might be the ski chalet or the Alpine Lodge. The Alpine Lodge. It will be a ski chalet for my ski hill, but I think it's technically called the Alpine Lodge. We'll probably do that because I want to build it to go along with the ski hill. So I'll have to build it first. And then at some point, we'll build the ski hill. The final finished version of the ski hill. We'll probably do a stream for that as well. Monkey Banana. Who speaks Italian? Not me. I had wanted to use your mechanisms to make a GBC using that coaster piece, but as usual, there was a constraint and I couldn't get to it. Pinwheel, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately the roller coaster, yeah, again, they don't, performance over the long term is not great for some of them, and the tight curves don't work well for, well, the suspended roller coaster actually works pretty well, but the one that sits on top, over time it just, you know, it doesn't quite work as well. I mean, it's a common problem with every GBC, most GBCs, at least every GBC I've ever made. I don't know, just part of the challenge. Actually, the one that sits on the track, if you do get it configured well, it does work pretty well. And I have had it running at a show for an entire day without any problems. But I think you just really have to, you know, get everything like aligned perfectly, make sure there's no friction in the system, etc., etc. Any plans for another set with Kata in the future? Yes, there's one in the works. There's one in the works coming out next year. Would have to run for 7 hours, yeah. Yes, just another constraint for GBCing. That most other builders don't have to consider. Interesting. Has this part always had clearance to put a... Interesting. I'm curious. Oh yeah, they always have. I've never really noticed it before, but this 1x2 with the clip, and actually the single clip version as well, it comes up at a 45-degree angle at the base of the clip so that you can put an inverted slope on it. There's clearance for that, which is pretty cool. I've never really noticed that before, but it's a cool design aspect. It's almost like the Lego part designers know what they're doing. With Akiyuki's coaster GBC, he put in the disclaimer that it jammed up due to friction during his own multi-hour testing. Yeah. That's, yeah, sadly. That's just part of the thing, part of the process, part of building with Lego. You have to work around some of these constraints. I should revisit the roller coaster system again, though, because it is pretty nice. Maybe build some other kind of motorized coaster design. We'll see. I would really like wider radius curves, though, for sure. Actually, I've been thinking of maybe having some 3D printed just so that I can play with them. Because I think the biggest problem with the coaster design I made is that the curves are so tight that it would be easier to pull a train around a curve if they were wider diameter. Okay. What are we doing here? Okay, we're working on the face, which looks pretty intriguing, actually. Got a little nose, some eyeballs. Oh yeah, we're just using quarter rounds for eyes. That's cool. Oh no, I guess those are eyebrows. We're actually using eyes for eyes. Oh, and her nose is like right in between her eyes, which is a bit weird. That's a bit funky. I think I might have done this a little bit differently. But that's cool. I dig it. I dig it. That's cool. And now we got some crazy hair of some sort. Instructions are missing on stream. Oh yeah, sorry. Hit the wrong button. Do you have any... Oh, isn't that something your brother could do? Yeah, for the Lego keyboard. Yeah. Although he's pretty busy. He's got like a 1-year-old now, which keeps him pretty busy these days. Oh, interesting. I'm actually really surprised they didn't make it clearer which hole these go into on the side of the head. Ooh. It's witch hat time. Do you have any new chain link part that was introduced in Pac-Man? No, I haven't bought it yet. I have a few coming. Been waiting months for it. It's finally available now. Oh, is it on? Is it on Bricks and Pieces? I mean, it's on my wanted list. Yeah, obviously, I want to pick some up, but I've not got around to it yet. Most people's noses are in between their eyes. Yeah, but they're not like right in between their eyes. They're a bit lower. Looks a bit cheesy from the back. Yeah. Witch's hat. Okay. Clearly those are extras for something else, I guess. Broomstick. Does the witch wear red shoes? No, the witch has brown shoes, or dark brown shoes. Her shoes are dark brown and brown, two-tone. We have a pretty gnarly broom. She clearly did not pick a straight stick for this. It's like, let's pick the most crooked stick I can find in the woods to make my broom out of. That'll be a good idea. Ooh, and we get a dark green bush. That's cool. My little broomstick. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, and she gets a... Oh my god. She gets a wand. It's ridiculous. What kind of Halloween witch has like a wand? Oh yes, the pumpkin. I forgot there was a pumpkin in here. Every Halloween set needs a pumpkin. It's on Bricks and Pieces now. Only started being available this month. Oh, amazing. I'll definitely have to get a Bricks and Pieces order in then. Oh, there's a frog. And they didn't even use the frog for the top of the pumpkin? That's lame. I guess the frog is part of the witch's stew. And those are extra pieces. Excellent. It's not easy finding a smooth, straight stick in the woods when you need one last minute. Yeah. Coolest stick in the woods. Yeah. I always scare my girl off with the black Lego spider. Yeah. Spiders are kind of creepy. If you're scared of spiders, they actually do a pretty good job. Damon Console, send me the set number. 40562. There you go. All right, there we go. We got a witch. Excellent. That's a pretty nice little set, actually. I guess this was a gift with purchase, I think, last year. It's pretty cool. Although, I gotta say, I probably won't use most of these pieces. All the purple. We'll see. There you go. Wicked Witch of the West with my ghost pumpkin. All right, anyway, clearly I'm starting to get hungry. Yes, it was. Haha. Opinion on furries. I've seen a bill like when it was... The wand seems a bit out of place. Yeah, the wand definitely seems a bit out of place. Like... I want my... It's like the wand makes her look like a Disney prince or Disney witch, but I feel like with the gnarly broomstick, she's like a, you know, tough witch. Don't mess with me. I don't use my silly little wand. Like she's gonna fry up this frog in a stew and the spiders. Close to the Hangry Jason zone. Yeah, okay. I think we're going to cut it short. Actually, it was pretty long. It was like an hour and 45 minutes. Cheers. I think we had some fun. I got this pumpkin motorized. I'm actually going to an event tonight, Nature Nocturne, if you're in Ottawa. Actually, the tickets are probably already sold out, so it's not going to happen. But I'll bring the pumpkin to display. I think I'll bring the Halloween pop-up book to display. For those that missed the short... My Tales from the Crypt pop-up book, which I actually built like 7 years ago when Grant and I were promoting the pop-up book. But it's cool. I'll bring that. Spooky. I hope everybody has a great Halloween. spooky pop-up. It's even got a ghost in the back that goes up and down. A little skeleton that comes out of the grave. This other skeleton that's coming out of the grave. All right, yeah, anyway, so yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you for another live stream. Cheers. Have a wonderful weekend. Tell Kristen her pumpkin is precious. Yep. She'll appreciate that. Cool stream today. Thanks, our Hamburg. Thanks for joining and moderating as always. 3-in-1 roller coaster. Yeah, I'll take a look at it in more detail and maybe start thinking about it. And it would lovely to have Crystal join in the live stream. Do a night one so she can join. Yeah, that would be cool. All right, thanks for everybody for joining. Hope everybody has a great Halloween. As I said, yeah, hopefully you get lots of treats or lots of children come to your door. As always, thanks for watching. Keep on building, and we'll see you in the next one.